Welcome to day 2 in the beautiful city of Guangzhou, third biggest city here in China. 18 million people live here. Today I want to explore together with you the older areas here in the city, the pedestrian streets. Maybe we can find some temple, maybe we can find some monuments. I'd also like to try some food. I've heard Guangzhou is very popular for their cuisine, so I'm very excited to try. And then tomorrow we're gonna try the Chinese high-speed railway system. We're gonna take a high-speed train to the next city, Shenzhen. I'm here in Beijing Pedestrian Street, and I'd say we're gonna have a look down there. Up here they seem to put up some decoration, or maybe put down the decoration. I'm not sure. It's moons and stars, so it does look a little bit like Christmas decoration. And we have May, so it's not really the right season for this sort of decoration. Also, look at these buildings. I'm not sure if these are original. They look slightly colonial style to me. It's beautiful though. Beautiful pedestrian area. We have like 10 a.m. in the morning, 10:30. There's not that many people around yet, given that there live 18 million people here in the city. What? You heard that scooter? These electric scooters are everywhere here. You probably didn't hear it because it's electric. These electric scooters are so popular here in China. They drive around everywhere and you have to really take care to not get run over because you cannot hear them. One other thing I noticed is this city is spotless. There's not a single piece of trash on the floor. There's some cigarette butts, but that's it. And look at this. So these people are cleaning out the trash bins, but they don't only clean out the trash bins, they also clean the whole floor, the whole surrounding area with water. So that's why everything here looks just so spotless and clean. It definitely is getting more busy over here. There's lots of shops here, like we have Adidas, but the majority of shops is Chinese, so I've never heard of these shops. I cannot even pronounce them because they have like Mandarin there. Laxton, I think it's Chinese. I've never heard of this place before. Oh look, here we have a layout of the city. So that seems to be like the ancient city here in Guangzhou, with the city walls and stuff. Not really much information here. And I think down here, under this glass, that seems to be the remains of the ancient city wall down here. That's kind of cool that they preserve it, because in general China tends to destroy a lot of their old buildings in order to develop and modernize the cities. And that's why most parts of the city just look brand new. Even here, this part of the pedestrian street looks like pretty modern, brand new, with all the LED screens up there. Everywhere here in the middle of the pedestrian road there are these pop-up stores. They look rather permanent actually. And I think here you can buy your lottery tickets, scratch cards. I think that is scratch cards. Ni hao. I never have luck when it comes to gambling. Also, I'm gonna go to Macau soon in a week or two. I'm not exactly sure, but my plan is to visit Macau, the Las Vegas of Asia. Probably it's even bigger than the real Las Vegas by now, because everything here in China is just huge. So I think I'll be waiting with my gambling experience until I'm in Macau. Here, constantly people sweeping the floors, cleaning. That's why everything is so spotless. I've honestly never been to a European city, or even to an Australian or American city that was this clean. There's like nothing, not even cigarette butts on the floor. I'm getting a little bit hungry. Unfortunately, finding vegetarian food is such a struggle in China, especially in non-touristy cities like Guangzhou. And this city is very famous for beef noodles, I think, or at least I see beef noodle shops everywhere here in the streets. So maybe I can find some of these beef noodle soup and ask them to not put beef in. I'm gonna need Google Translate for this because no one here speaks English. Let's see what we get if we can find some food. There's a shop over here that sells soups. And let's have a look. Ni hao.
Like which one? This one? Yeah, this one.
But
Do you need another? You
can I get it without beef slices?
You know like a people.
No beef, only soup and noodles.
Okay.
It's okay.
Only soup and noodle.
Yeah, and the green stuff is okay.
Okay, you want which noodle?
I'm gonna take this one. Yes.
Okay, this one. Only this one.
Yes.
No need people.
No beef.
But I have seafood and pork.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
Okay.
And payment with Alipay?
Egg, do you like?
Sorry?
Egg, do you like?
Egg is okay. Yes.
Like this one and which one?
This one. Yes,
Okay.
yes.
This one do you like?
No, thank you. No, thank you.
Okay.
With
This
Alipay.
one?
Yes.
请出示
它俩一看随便买，它一个是新鲜的，一个是
18元。
Thank you, 谢谢.
Wait a moment.
Yes, I'm gonna sit down. This went surprisingly well actually. The lady spoke some English and understood what I wanted. So now I'm waiting for the soup and then I'm gonna show you what I get in the end. I just got my soup and it's looking really good actually. No beef, instead I got some egg and I put some green stuff, coriander, cilantro, some spicy sauce. So let's try this. I think it's really hot. I chose the thin noodles. They had different options. I think it's rice noodles, this one. The other ones were probably egg noodles. I don't have a preference. I just pointed it at the first option she showed me. So cheers. I think that needs some soy sauce. So usually this would come with sliced beef. For me they made it vegetarian. Or at least let's say it's vegetarian enough. Here in China that is not very easy, so I'm not gonna be as strict. Not bad. Not bad. Cheers. The food was really good. I burned my tongue though. These soups are always so hot and I literally don't have any patience to wait until it cools down. And now let's head back to the pedestrian street. We're back at the pedestrian street. So now let's continue. Wow, look at this. You see this globe over here? It's like a huge LED ball playing a video of an astronaut. An astronaut holding planet Earth in their hands. That's pretty cool. All of these big LED screens here. Now it's a Chinese dragon flying around. Pretty cool. Wow, that's like super trippy with all of these big LED screens. Over here we have this big plaza with this mall. I think a mall. This is a mall on this side. And wow, this is impressive. Look at this building. And for me, this is very traditional Chinese architecture. If I think about China, I usually think about buildings in this architectural style with all this wood and the balconies and like the special shape of the roofs. Now today you don't see this many of these kind of buildings anymore, because as I said, most parts of the city get modernized and stuff. So this is like really impressive to see. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Also this little pagoda over here. Let's see what kind of building this is. I'm not sure if it's a temple. It doesn't really look like a temple to me, but let's check it out. So guys, I just checked it for you. This temple is called the Dafo Temple, which literally translates to Grand Buddha Temple, I think. It has a history of more than 1,000 years, though it was destroyed and rebuilt multiple times, and I think you can see that because it looks like pretty new. Let's have a look. Maybe we can go inside. I'm not exactly sure how this works because we have like all these pictures, a Buddha statue here. I do not see an entrance though, but maybe we can find one. And there's a screen and you can scan these QR codes with WeChat Pay or Alipay. I don't really know what these codes are for since there's no English. Oh. Let's check out what's down here. Okay, so that here seems to be the courtyard of the temple. Oh wow, these monks are busy down here. Prayer probably has already started and they're late. Look how beautiful this is. All these like huge old trees. I'm just so impressed by the architecture of this building. This is absolutely beautiful. I think prayer is going on over here. Yeah, there's a prayer going on in there, so I don't want to disturb all the people praying. But you can see, you can light your incense here. Buddha statues, and there are lots of people in there praying. There are people in there, there are people standing outside, watching from outside. I love that. I just love these Buddhist temples. But once more I want to say how much I like this architecture. Over here, do you see these wooden bridges connecting the two buildings? This is just so typically Chinese for me. Over here behind me, we have a temple kitchen. So you can line up and you get a meal. And if I saw correctly, you only pay 10 yuan. That's a little bit more than $1 to get like a full box of food. I'm not sure if it is vegetarian. I do think it is. I do think monks here in China do not eat meat. Yeah, that is really, really cool. I'd say let's head back out. Let's find an exit and leave the temple. I think there's an exit right over here. And then let's continue exploring the pedestrian street. I just saw this sign. So here you see, meat is not admitted in the temple. I think that answers my question from earlier. They probably only sell vegetarian food or serve vegetarian food in there in the temple kitchen. And now let's head back out I think this here is the pedestrian street. Wow, that's beautiful. I love all these lanterns in the trees up there. I really like these lanterns. There's lots of restaurants down here. Everything's like so colorful. Instead of printed out posters, they just have these LED screens everywhere here at the side of the road, here, like all the way down there, all the way over there. Just these LED screens. So nobody has to come print out posters and put them there. Everything's just digital here now. Good morning from another day here in Guangzhou city. I'm on my way to the train station. I have to catch a train to Shenzhen, the next city I'm gonna visit. So first of all, I have to take the metro to get to the train station. And Chinese train stations are as big as airports. I'm not lying, they're massive. And sometimes it can be a bit complicated to navigate your way. So hopefully everything goes smoothly and we can make the train. So we're at the metro. Let's try to buy a ticket down there because I haven't set up my Alipay properly to use my phone. I actually have to buy a physical ticket, which is a bit annoying. Let's find a machine. So first of all, before we go in, I actually have to scan my bags over here, security. Okay, so there's a ticket machine here. It says it accepts cash payments, but that's not what I want to do. I actually have not a single yuan in cash. It's just not necessary here. So let's see, where will we have to go? The metro is insanely cheap here. 2 yuan for a ride to the railway station. Can't complain about that. Alipay. So it creates this QR code here that I'm just gonna scan with my phone. Just confirming the payment, and there's our chip. Easy. If you set up everything on your phone, you don't even need to buy that ticket. You just scan your phone here at the entrance gate. But yeah, I still have to set that up. You have to do like this whole verification process with your passport and stuff, which is a bit annoying. So the next one, airport up here. They actually project that onto here. But the next one should be the airport train, which will stop at the railway station. 1 minute. Okay, I'm gonna wait until everyone exited. I think it's just easier to enter the train once everyone exited instead of trying to push in. So 2 stations. We are here, Guangzhou East Railway Station. Now let's find the entrance to the trains. So this is huge. We have to go all the way to the end of this tunnel. Railway station up here. Okay, now we are here. Let's, yeah, here, Guangzhou East Railway Station this way. There's signs everywhere in Mandarin and in English, which makes it actually really easy to navigate this huge station. Let's go. Okay, seems like we have to walk through this mall here first. It's nice because you can buy all the food that you need on the train. If you have a long train ride, if you get hungry, you can stock up here. Let's see if we find a sign towards the train station. Railway up there. Railway, go right. Yes, down here. So here you can stock up on your Russia souvenirs, nesting dolls, food, vodka, whatever you need, whatever you're missing from Russia, you can get it here for your train ride. This mall doesn't seem to end. Where's the railway station? Okay, another escalator. So here we're gonna have to scan our luggage again to enter the railway station, but we're here now. We made it to the railway station. Luggage scan and pat down by one of the security officers is done. Now we have to find the waiting room. I'm not sure how this works. I think the gates are over there. This is so confusing. This is a massive train station. So let's try to find our gate. I think I have to go to waiting room number 1, and I'm gonna have to scan my passport there because my ticket is tied to my passport. Let's hope this works. It did work. And now C8009, that's my train to Shenzhen at 1 p.m. I have to say this train station looks very, very different to any other train station I've been to in China, because usually they all use the same blueprint. This one here is completely different. That's why it's very hard to navigate for me right now. Well, very hard is a bit exaggerated. The signage is very, very good actually. Here we have a waiting room where I can wait, and we can only go to the actual tracks once it's boarding time. So now let's wait for boarding. I still have like 20-30 minutes before my train departs, so let's have a look at the shops here. Let's see what they sell. It's a little kiosk. So that's like some beef jerky here, I think. Cheese latte. I'm glad I already have my coffee. I don't know what I think about cheese latte. 5 scented tiger skin chicken feet. Spicy tiger skin chicken feet. Spicy duck feet. Boneless chicken claw snack with lemon taste. My god, that sounds really fancy. All kinds of different chicken feet. Duck claw snack. You can even get like prototype chicken breast. A prototype chicken breast? What's that? Is that grown in a lab? It almost sounds as if it's like you know, that vegetarian vegan fake meat that's grown in a lab. A prototype chicken breast. Okay, that's more the stuff I will eat. I think that's the character for tofu. Seems to be like some tofu snack. Soybean snack. And you can even get a whole duck up here in your bag. They're also selling a lot of like nougat snacks here in different flavors, different packaging and sizes. They really seem to like nougat here, I noticed. Black sesame peanut jelly. Is that also some kind of nougat? Some kind of fudge? Orange peels? Honey orange peels. I've never seen that before. Didn't know people eat orange peels. It's really like the skin preserved somehow with honey. Interesting. More cheese lattes. Oh, what's that? Ah, I think that's what it looks like if you pour this can into a bowl and heat it up. So it seems to be some kind of canned soup with rice, beans, some other kind of grains, spices probably. Drinkable soup in a can. Nice. Oh, eggs. 1200 minutes. Does that mean these eggs are boiled for 1200 minutes? I think it does. Oh, that's the eggs in here. Look, tiny eggs. Quail eggs probably, but boiled for 1200 minutes? That's like a couple of hours. That's like a whole day. It's almost time for boarding. I think my train's actually going from over here. It's a C train, so it's not the fastest train in China. The fastest ones are G trains, I think. Then there are D trains, which are almost as fast as G trains, and then C trains are a bit slower. I think compared to most other countries, it's still pretty fast. And I think before my train, there's gonna be another train departing at 12:52 from here. And after that, it should be my turn, I think. Okay, so that's my train up there now. I think boarding's gonna start any minute. Actually, no. Let's get in. So, boarding here ends 5 minutes before the departure of the train. So, you always have to make sure to not be too late. You always have to arrive a little bit in time. C8009. That's the platform over here. Oh, no escalators? Wow. We're actually gonna have to walk the stairs here, and people carrying all their luggage up there. Carriage 4. Let's see where that is. Carriage 4. Let's get in. Seat 2C. Here. Everyone's on board. We're leaving, and I think we're actually leaving 1 minute early. 12:59. German trains can definitely learn something from this. Let's go. We're approaching the station in Shenzhen now. I think we're here exactly on time. The train ride was about an hour, very convenient. Let's wait for the doors to open and head out. We've made it. We are here. We have arrived. It wasn't hard to navigate China's insanely developed train system. The infrastructure in this country is just so crazy. It's just so modern, efficient, affordable. This train cost me like about 10 bucks, more or less. So now let's find the exit. Before we can leave the train station, we have to log in over there with our passport, so that everyone knows we've arrived here, that it's well documented where I am here in China. Oh my god, it's stuck. Maybe this machine works. Finally. Okay, we arrived in Shenzhen officially now. Let's get to the accommodation, and then tomorrow I'm gonna explore Shenzhen, supposedly the most modern city here in China. There's a lot of tech companies here, and if you wanna see what Shenzhen is like and what I find here in the city, go check out my next video. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you again next time. Bye bye.